The same Father. See, when somebody says yes to Jesus, they are born again. They're brought into the kingdom. I know when my children are born, when my grandchildren are born, it's the most moving thing in the world to sit there and see someone born that now becomes a part of your life forever. I never knew how deep love of a dad could be till I became a dad. And I'll never forget. I'll never forget it. And when anybody in this room says yes to Jesus, the Father becomes Father again, receiving into the family this precious one, this one who simply called upon the name of the Lord, and they were saved. When he calls you, there's this thing called conviction. There's this unsettled feeling that happens in the heart. Most every person in this room knows exactly what I'm talking about. There's that conviction. There's that dealing of God that just causes you to realize, I'm not right with God, but I want to be. Something's not right, but I've got to make a decision here. And there's that anguish of the heart that people go through, and then they realize that maybe it's actually true what Jesus did. Maybe it's not just a fairy tale. Maybe it's not just some historical books that claim certain infatuating truths, but it's actually a present reality that this resurrected Christ would actually whisper my name. And because of that, I'm coming from death to life because he found me. And in his finding me and calling me, I said yes. Dead people can't save themselves, but you can say yes to the one who calls your name. In this day of celebration for the resurrection of Jesus, it's just the greatest story ever told, and it's also the greatest story never told. It's the story that somehow keeps muted and silent. Your life as a believer is to demonstrate the resurrection. It was never meant to remain in story form. It was never meant to be a 3-point sermon. It was never meant to be scriptures that you read to somebody who has no value for the Bible. It doesn't convince people. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying there's got to be more. There's got to be the ability to display the kindness of God when you're criticized. There's got to be the ability to endure difficulty where your faith is still in God, even though the answer hasn't come as you've claimed it would. There's the ability to go beyond what's comfortable and easy, and you step outside of what's convenient and you pray for that friend who's dying, or you don't know what to say. They've experienced a crisis, and sometimes we don't visit people that are in pain because we don't know what to say. Sometimes they don't need someone to say anything. They just need someone to be present. And sometimes the resurrection of Jesus is seen there. Sometimes the resurrection of Jesus is seen in the miracles of healing, of deliverance. Conversion is the greatest demonstration of resurrection. But your job, this is mission possible. Your job, if you care to receive it. And if you don't, we have a team that can minister to you. I'm joking. Our job as believers is to continuously manifest He is alive. Everything about the Christian life is to illustrate He lives. He lives. He lives.